How's it going, everyone? The fine folks over at Machinima were able to get me a code for this game so that I could play it and pretty much to do videos for the Respawn channel. It'll probably be 2 videos in total, one of just some random level and then one for a director's challenge, which I don't foresee myself winning, but anyway, I'm going to do the game on my channel just because something to do. I have it, and I am pretty much down to Resident Evil 4 with Rage being complete, so this game is basically kind of a hybrid of a tower defense and something I would call of an action type game. I mean, there's no real in-depth story. You just kind of jump in, you play. It's a pretty good time waster. After Creature Talk, we were talking about stuff for a while, and I ended up playing quite a bit of it. As you can see, there are only a handful of levels left, and where I started out at is not the complete level list because you can see me scroll up. There are more levels that I have done, so there's all of that stuff. So whenever I do the videos for Respawn, I'll be sure to make some sort of link video. But as of right now, I'm going to do, I guess, the game on my channel. I'm usually not too proficient in the whole tower defense type thing, and just for this, because I don't want to have all of the level ups and stuff that I've already acquired through my own thing, because it would make getting through the first pretty much every level a hell of a lot easier. I'm just gonna start a new profile, which if it would let me, I guess I have to accept it. I'll just use the mouse for this, fuck it. New profile, here we go. I'm actually using an Xbox controller like usual on for the PC. Hey, pro tip, when you change your profile over, it completely changes your audio settings and completely jacks everything up by a lot. I just had to go ahead and change all of my audio settings again because I don't even know if I'm going to be able to edit that out. I might just completely forget about it, and it's going to get really loud and a lot of people are going to get really mad. So hopefully I can catch that. At any rate, it completely like threw off my my original settings, so whatevs. I am using an Xbox controller on the PC. I mean, the only game I really don't use one for is Killing Floor. All the other ones I use a controller, except for when I did Call of Duty 4. That was also mouse and keyboard, but just feel more comfortable with the controller. And I don't know. But so far, I actually like the game. It's not too bad. I haven't seen the opening cutscene though. I have not seen it. I skipped it. So we'll sit through this. I'll probably do a video for each level, which means the first couple of levels are going to be shorter videos, and then as time goes on, the videos could get up to 20-30 minutes depending on how long some of these levels take. I know the later on levels obviously take a little bit more time, but we'll see how it all pans out. Anyway, we'll jump into the hallway. There should be an opening type of cutscene which I haven't seen, so we'll see how that goes. Should be fun times.
I've spent 300 years fighting for the Order. I've killed thousands of Orcs and defended dozens of rifts. And this is how it ends. One slip in a kobold's blood, and my skull cracks open on the gatehouse steps. So now the task of defending this fortress falls to my apprentice. That's it then. The world is doomed.
Alright, well, it wasn't a whole lot of a cutscene.
Rest well, crazy old man. First things first. Let's see what he left me in this spell book.
Anyway, as you can see, we don't have a whole lot starting off. We have 3 slots, which will be the blade staff, spikes, and tar trap, which you can see what all of these do. Spikes go on the floor, kind of a trap, obviously. I mean, they're all traps, but and this slows down enemies. I don't use the sword a whole lot, and I'll show you why. I mean, you can switch to the sword. I mean, it's cool and all, but you don't get a whole lot of anything really. And if you switch to the crossbow, you can shoot the crossbow. There's really no time between reloading, and you can just hold the fire button, and it'll just continuously shoot out bolts from the crossbow, which would be kind of bad if you're from a distance trying to hit them. But if you get right up in their face and just spam the shit out of them and keep enough distance where you don't get hit, it seems to be, I don't know, maybe I'm just using the sword incorrectly. It seems to be a little bit overpowered, the crossbow. So I usually don't even use the sword. I just stick with the crossbow, and I don't really do a whole lot else. So, like I said, I'm not too awesome in the art of tower defense type stuff, and this is going to be really no different. So I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I feel like doing. We'll see what happens. For these first couple levels, I mean, I don't even really need to get up in their face and do anything. You can just stay back and get headshots, which headshots do a lot more damage than anything else, so that's kind of cool. But, I mean, like, for stuff like this, you can just get right up in their face, and it doesn't even matter. Like, you can just totally just strafe everything, and it doesn't matter. You can also back up, and, I mean, you don't really get any type of reticle expansion, but I mean, this is pretty much how I do it. I just lay the traps down, get right up in their face with a crossbow, and go to town. And because I've been playing this game for quite a while tonight, I have a little bit more experience with it, which is good. That's not to say that I'm a professional and that I know exactly what I'm doing, but I'll have a much better time than I would have if I was just doing this blind. Now, the last couple levels won't be... I probably won't know what I'm doing unless I go through it and continue to play after this and not record it, but... And as you can tell, the first couple of levels are going to be easy just to get you into it. And since I already know what I'm doing, it shouldn't be much of a problem anyway, especially with my knowledge of the crossbow. I didn't quite know that you could just hold down the trigger at first, so I was just kind of tapping as fast as I could. But now that I know that you can just hold it down and you're good to go, everything's a lot simpler. I have no idea. I mean, like after the third or fourth level, I probably wasn't even using the sword anymore. Because let's see, I mean, you get up right into them. I mean, you might get a wider angle to hit, but you're also going to be taking a little bit more damage, and they don't drop stuff as quickly as it would seem, so I might as well just build more freaking spike traps up to them. I mean, I'm doing a hell of a lot better than I was my first time out, especially because of my lack of strategy skills in most games, even though this is a little bit different. It's not quite only reliant on strategy, it's also reliant on your skill to control your little main guy, which doesn't take a whole lot of skill anyway. Once you know the basic stuff of getting him to maneuver around, you're pretty much good to go. But until then, we can just kind of blast off into some orc faces with our crossbow. Yay for innuendos! And that should be the final round, or this will be the final round once I am done with the waves here, which the traps are taken care of mostly. I mean, with this many traps set up, I really probably don't even need to do anything. And they were nice enough to give me a couple of archers here too. And I don't think there's a paladin back here, but it's all good. It's all good. This last round's going to be a little bit longer. Later on, once you get to some of the later levels, it'll go up to 10 rounds, 12 rounds, or even higher. So those are the videos that are going to be much longer. But to keep things a little more organized, I'll probably keep it based on what level is what. So that is the end of the first level. I hope you enjoyed this little introduction video to this series. We get victory. We get 5 skulls, which is pretty much 5 stars. And you can buy upgrades when you're done. And you need 8 skulls for that and 8 skulls for that. So we're gonna be waiting a little bit. So next time we'll do the next level, which I don't know what it's called, but I'm sure it'll be in the title. This one was called the hallway. Like I said, I don't know what the hell the next one's called, but we'll get to it in a little bit.